Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Demigodest. This is like my third time trying to record this. I was like, you know what? Since I'm over here about to do stuff over, let me just go ahead and record it um, with my microphone. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get into this album. I'm not going to take super long like I did the first recording. I'm so mad when I use my AirPods, they automatically connected to my MacBook and I didn't ask it to do that. I was wondering why it wasn't connecting to my phone. It connected to the MacBook and then it was like no sound. So like more than half of it was just useless and a waste of my time. So I don't have time because I'm really sleepy. So as I said in my first recording, I was going to um, I was going to just briefly go through his album and listen to it through my AirPods because I'm tired of getting copyright. And you guys seem to be liking this. I will say, um, one thing that I will say is there's a lot of controversy going on about this album. You know, people are saying like there's no progression in his music, everything's sounding the same. People are critiquing him on the type of women that he's dating. Um, for all the haters, I want to say, where were you? Because Drake evolves. Drake has touched on all genre of music. So how are you saying everything is the same? That's like really annoying. And I will say that I am a Drake fan and I am real and I'm transparent and I'm not going to lie just because or try to, sugarcoat how I feel because I'm a fan. That's not going to happen. Just going to tell it 100. So his album dropped October 6, 2023. His album is still number one, at least on iTunes, because I am an Apple person. Sorry to the Androids, baby. No offense to you guys. Um, I'm just because I don't want to go in detail because I feel like I wasted a lot of my time. So there's 23 songs. I originally downloaded 8. I did listen to this when a couple days ago from start to finish. I will say if you want some good gym music to work out to, this is a good album too. You could pretty much listen from start to finish from your workout, depending on how long you work out at the gym. You also could loop it around too. I would recommend if you're gonna loop it around, like start from like track 1, but then the second loop start from track 23 to get like a different perspective from the album. I will say some of his features he could have done without. I felt like they weren't bringing it. I felt like, for example, 21 Savage, the song that he has with him, I felt like it was the same stuff. Like he's not talking about anything different. I felt like he could have left Little Yachty out. I felt like SZA could have been harder in the song Slime You Out. Um, yeah, I didn't really like the features on this. It's kind of like one of those things where we didn't need the feature. That's kind of that's basically how I feel. Okay. So I want to look at this because I am designing the thumbnail as I'm speaking on this. Let's get into it. So I did take some notes. So track number 1, hold on. Track number 1 is called Virginia Beach. And I did take notes on it when I listened to it the first time. I saw it sounded like Underground Drake. Beat is smooth, and it reminds me of driving with my boo and admiring each other. Driving in good weather, whether it's like during the daytime or in the afternoon or at nighttime. It just felt like really good vibes. It felt like Underground Drake. Song number two, which is titled Amen, featuring Tizzo Touchdown. It immediately sounded like Bryson Tiller was the feature artist. He sounds very similar to him. I don't know if Bryson Tiller is low-key on this. And then I felt like he might as well should have put Bryson Tiller on it if this other person is on here. So, and then for song number three is called Calling for You featuring 21 Savage. I already said earlier how I felt about that song. I felt like 21 Savage is saying the same kind of crap over and over again, talking about oral sex. There's more to life than talking about sex, guns, gangs, shooting up people, and everything else. He is extremely intelligent. Use your brain and, use start to be a little bit more lyrical and stop making low vibrational music. I felt like 21 should have been off that record. If you're gonna be lukewarm, you need to get the fuck off of anyone's stuff. Like I just didn't like it. If I was Drake, I wouldn't even put him on there. Um, so my notes I originally said, I said that for song number 3, which is called "Calling for You" featuring 21 Savage, my notes were it's okay. I like that he's talking, meaning like he's bringing back his old school side. If you guys know Drake, like when he first started, he had this thing where he would have like voice recordings on like on the song or whatever, or he had like recorded a conversation with someone and then he starts singing or rapping or whatever to that a tune. I said the beat is nice. I like when someone is singing a melody in the background. And then I did say 21 Savage had meaningless lyrics, and it sounded like he didn't want to rap on the song. And I was like, recycled lyrics, always talking about sex. That's what I said for song number 3. Don't shoot the messenger. It is what it is. That was horrible. 21. Now, number 4 is called Fear of Heights. Okay, what did I put for the notes here? I put the song starts off slow. So you really get to get a feel of the beat of the vibe. You just rolling. Thank you, whoever gave me the thumbs up and who's watching. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But I said he's speaking about his life, and then when a beats drop, he goes off. I like when Drake raps on aggressive beats and he talk his ish, because who can touch him in rap? No one right now. So song number 5 is called Daylight. My notes here, I said he's mentioning murder on here. So Drake, you shouldn't be telling on yourself if you're involved in any illegal activity. You haven't seen him RICO charges, especially with your friend Young Thug. You haven't? Like what? For the person that's in here, can you let me know if you hear me? Because if I'm just talking to myself again, I'm gonna be fucking over it. Can you let me know if you can hear me, please, in the comments? Let me know. Let me know. Um, now I did not. Now we're gonna listen to song number 6 and number 7. I didn't have any notes. Number 6 is called "First Person Shooter" featuring J. Cole. I definitely downloaded this song. I like this song. Actually, I'm not even gonna like play this in my ear because I remember the song. I like it. I feel like Drake and J. Cole have a great work ethic, a great musical collaboration effort. I feel like when they feature on each other's projects, they give their all on it. I like the fact that Drake kind of fell back a little bit on it and he let Cole do his thing and his lyrical thing and really just shine and write the beat. This sounds like more of a J. Cole beat if we're being honest. But I really like the song. This is a song I definitely downloaded when I like heard it the first time. Now, song number 7 is IDGAF, which is I Don't Give a Fuck, featuring Yet. So I'm actually gonna play this song in my ear. So the beginning of the song reminds me, if you ever seen the movie Tron, it reminds me of it. Like literally, it reminds me of the beat when they're like driving. Um, I don't really like the song because it gives me Future vibes, and I feel like Future, if anyone is not progressive, it's Future. I didn't like this song. 7969 Santa. I feel like he's just talking on the song. It's not really very lyrical. He's just going with the flow, like he's having a conversation on the track. That's what it feel like. It's whatever. It's not a bad song. It's not a really good song. It's just it is what it is. I feel like some of these songs are like fillers in his album. If I was him, I wouldn't have put 23 songs out. I would have just picked 15 of my very strong songs and kept it pushing. Okay. Now, number 9 is called Slime You Out featuring SZA. I actually like this song. I feel like SZA could have went a little bit more lyrical. I don't know who wrote her verses, but I feel like she could have been a little bit more lyrical because Drake was kind of giving it his all, and like SZA was just like, it's kind of like she was afraid to talk her ish back to him. I feel like he probably should have put Janae Akio on this track. She would have gave what needed to be gave. Um, or even Summer Walker. Okay. they would have gave. SZA could have been without. The song is good though. This is a song that I definitely downloaded. Number 10 is called Bahama Promises. Let me see if I have any notes on that. I don't. For song number 9, which is Slime You Out, I did say I like the beat. It sounds sad, but it's hopeful. I love when SZA and him get on a track together. I just feel like she didn't bring it. I felt like the chemistry was off. And I feel like with music, when you're gonna feature another artist, the chemistry really has to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell who just sends over their verse or their chorus to someone rather than someone that's like in the actual studio with them. You could tell like there's a different type of vibe and artistry. So you definitely could tell the difference there. Okay. Now, number 10, which is called Bahama Promises. I don't have any notes on it, so I'm gonna quickly listen through this, just run through it. It's okay. It's kind of like, I mean, he's singing on the song. I love when Drake sings. But it's kind of like an open diary. Like, it's kind of like he's reading, like he opened his diary and he's like, he picked a page to just start talking about. That's what it sounds like to me. Song number 11, which is called Tried Our Best. I think I have notes on this song. No, I don't. I don't have notes on here. So song number 11, it starts off, it reminds me of like um a little bit of church vibe to it, but like hip hop. He's singing. I like the song. It's okay. Will I download it? No. Song number 12. Well, it's not song number 12. It's called Screw the World and it's an interlude. So I do have notes for this one. So for this one, I said the interlude. So beat goes hard reminds me of Biggie and Tupac, which Drake would have rapped on it. So that's what I said for number 12 on his album. Now for number 13, it's called Drew a Picasso. Let's listen to it real quick. Well, I'm gonna listen to it. You guys aren't. For you people that's like speeding through it, I listen it in my headphones because I'm tired of getting copyright. It's okay. I like the song. I mean, it's nothing new. It sounds like something I've heard before. Let's go to song number 14, which is called Members Only, featuring Party Next Door. This is actually one of the songs that I downloaded because I really like Party Next Door. Any like Drake has certain artists when he collaborates with them, like it's amazing. I think he does a good job when he does anything with Little Wayne, it kind of depends. It's either going to be a hit or miss. When he does anything with Nicki, he does really well. When he does anything with Janae Aiko, he does well. With J. Cole, he does well. I don't know what the hell 21 thought he was doing on this album, but typically they do a good combo. Him and Future do a good combo together. Um, anyone else? Drake has worked with so many artists. Those are the people that's like automatically popping on my head. I mean, when he did the remix on Girls Needs Love, like he definitely like took Summer to the whole nother level. Like, but I still haven't seen another track with him and Summer, so I don't know how that is going to go. Oh, him and SZA when they worked together, even though I felt like she was lukewarm on this project too. I felt like she wasn't giving her all. I feel like there's some weird underlying energy between them. Like, I don't know. It's really weird. Um, Okay, let's go. Members only is just really good. It's a really good vibe. I don't have any much to say. Number 15, what will Pluto do? This song reminds me of like a filler song. Like it's he has like several songs on here that honestly feels like a filler song to me. And I don't really like this. All the parties featuring Chief Keef, I definitely don't like this song. This is song number 16. So I'm not even gonna play it and torture my ears. I don't like it. It also sounds like Chief Keef recycled his lyrics from when he first came out. I don't like it. Drake, you could have took half of these fuckers off of your fucking album. And you could have went a little bit harder on it. Like, come on. 8 a.m. in Charlotte. I like this song. I like that he's talking his ish. I like the music video. I like that he has his son on here, but he needs to be a little bit careful, talking about murder, talking about the connections he has, like again, you have not seen your friend Young Thug. Like, come on now. Okay. Now, BBO Love. I'm not gonna play this in my ear. I remember how this goes. I really like the vibe. It's very melodic. I like that he's singing. This is a good song for like strippers, strip club, for them to dance. Number 19 is called Gently featuring Bad Bunny. I like this song. I just downloaded it. This is my third time actually listening to this album. I just downloaded it. It wasn't originally on my thing, but I will say I should have downloaded the very first time I listened to the album. I was at the gym when I was listening to this, and I didn't download it. I thought I did. Okay. So number 20 is called Rich Baby Daddy. I'm not even gonna play it in my ear. I'm actually gonna take my headphones out because there's really no reason for me to at this point because I remember these songs. I literally did this is my third time trying to get this live to you guys. So let's hope there's no issues. But for Rich Baby Daddy, I really like this. It just, sexy wrist slid on here. I don't recall so much of SZA on here. I gotta listen to it again. But definitely Sexy did her thing, girl. Another late nights. I like the song. I didn't like Little Lottie. Sorry, boo. Little Yachty. I did not like his verse. Again, Drake. You did not need these features on this album. I'm sorry. You could have kept. I'm gonna tell you who you could have kept. The out of all the features that you have, actually, let's count how many features he has on this album. So he has one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So he has eight features, okay? And I'm not gonna repeat a person just because they're on multiple songs, which SZA is on multiple songs. But let's be clear, out of the eight, only three should have been no, four should have been on here. The other four should have been off. And I'm gonna tell you the four that should have stayed on here. SZA should have, but she should have went harder. So she could stay. J. Cole could stay, Party Next Door could stay, and Sexy Red could stay. Everybody else could go. I don't even know why you appeared on his album. Honestly, mediocre. Get on. Um, 22 Away from Home. It was okay. I like this song. I wouldn't download it. But it just depends on your vibe. I didn't want to download it, but it is a good song. Number 23, I really like it. This is also another song that you could use in the strip clubs or if you want to be sexy or whatever. I really like it. I really like the lyrics on it. Now let's get on to now that's all 23 songs, including the interludes. Now let's get into the production of the album. I mean, it sounds the same. It didn't sound anything special. It didn't sound like he put more money into it. I honestly just feel like Drake has done everything. I really support him while he says he wants to take a break. I feel like he is the only artist that has really been consistent, puts out project after project, puts out features after features, help up and coming artists. I like that about him. Who can fucking compete with him that is a rapper? Nobody right now. Who's pulling the numbers like him? Nobody right now. Who's going on tours and selling out stadiums like him? Nobody right now. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake doesn't even need an opening act. He doesn't need any supporting acts either. Like he could just do his shit on his own. You know what I'm saying? When he brings people out, it really is like a gift. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we should appreciate him and give him his flowers while he's still here. Like he's an amazing artist, and I really think he should take a break. Um, Now, I do want to touch on a little bit about how he's been upset with certain people that has been, reviewing the album and saying things that kind of trigger him, and he kind of like snapped back, and even Birdman has snapped back. I just feel like when you are an artist, and I know this is wrong because people say all the time when you get in the entertainment field, you signed up for it. First of all, nobody really signs up for it. If artists and actresses and whoever is in like the art field, right, the entertainment field, if they could have it where people are not constantly being negative and ridiculing them, I'm pretty sure they would agree to that. I feel like there should be stricter laws to protect, artists or people in the entertainment field. When it comes to certain things, I definitely feel like they're not supported like they should, especially for their mental and emotional health. I feel like there needs to be some kind of organization across the board. If there is one, let me know. Leave it in the comments, so next music review, I could drop it and shout that organization out. But I definitely think, and it doesn't matter if it's a big organization or a small organization, but I really feel like all entertainment industry people, they should have some kind of mental health services, and it should be mandated because it is a lot. Imagine being ridiculed against millions, and it is online. It's different from being online and being in person, but you can't say that wouldn't wear on someone. Even the toughest of people, like that will wear on someone eventually. So I definitely get where Drake was coming. And, they allegedly have had beef off and on. I think there was something with Charlemagne too. He's had beef with him off and on as well. But like, here's the thing: you can't get mad at people critiquing your work. Okay, just like there's music critics, there's going to be all types of critics, and that is Joe Budden or whoever, say things about you that you don't agree with. That is their opinion. You could get mad, you could get offended all you want, but it kind of is, you probably should listen to the people that is critiquing you. Yes, it's going to be some BS, it's going to be on some hatership, part of the time, but there actually could be, you could learn if you really listen and put your pride aside and you could listen to what people are saying, because you know you wouldn't be as big if you didn't have fans. You wouldn't be as big if people weren't talking about your projects. And I wish artists would, give people the credit. And shout out to Armand Wiggins. I'm a huge fan of him. I really, really love him. Every time he drops a video, I always drop it. And I was listening to his video that he dropped today. I actually, because I do want to give him the credit. So I'm going to say the title of the video that I watched earlier today with him. So it's called The Media Podcasters and Bloggers versus Artists and Rappers. And what I really liked what Armand has said is basically the same thing that I'm saying. Like, you can't get mad. And then, like, on top of that, Drake, like, when do you sit on, like, Black and Brown? And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but Black and Brown podcasts, bloggers, platforms, you go to these white, places, or you go to your Black and Brown friends that have podcasts, but you don't go to the little guys. And remember, the little guys is really what builds you up, makes you bigger. The little guys could actually, people be sleeping on the little guys. Like, the little guys could really just take you onto a whole nother level, like to a whole nother market. Like, let's be real. From the eyes of Miss Deb that managed Nicki Minaj in the beginning of her career, she talked about taking her to little circuit places and really building her core audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, take notes on Miss Dad. That's another person, like, manager people sleep on. Like, she's amazing. I feel like she should get more, like, flowers. I know, like, it's kind of controversial with her relationships with some of the people she has managed, but that woman has a method, and that method still will work to today if people will put in the work. So don't be so, I get it. You put in the work, you're sensitive about it. It is what it is, but you need to, give everybody an opportunity, okay? And I know you started opening up within the last 2 years, doing interviews with people, maybe the last three. Honestly, would say, like, since the pandemic, he has opened up a little bit more, because Drake used to never do interviews. But I feel like, Drake, you need to go to the Black and Brown bloggers and, like, music critics and blogs and, YouTubers and streamers. I feel like you should go to everybody. It shouldn't necessarily always be about following too. You like to put people on, put your people on too that actually is supporting you and putting you in the algorithm and talking about you. Okay. Don't take it so personal. Oftentimes, you have to weed through, people. And I get it. If it's someone that's critiquing you that you don't like, I get it. Who wants to fucking listen to them? But there could be some truth in between there. So just be a little bit mindful of that, Drake. If you ever run across this or any of his fans or friends, send this to Drake. Let him know, like, I love you, I support you, but like, I feel like you really need to take a break. I feel like you've done everything. I'm not gonna say you reached your plateau. I feel like what you should do, and this is something, like, take into considerations. I feel like you've been so consistent for so many years. You wanted it for so long. And I've watched your journey from people slamming the doors, not believing in you, and Lil Wayne taking you in and believing in you, right? And you guys just take, you, Nicki, and Wayne just taking off Cash Money. Like, and I'm not gonna exclude Birdman too, because he was a part of the picture too. But I need you to take a break. And what I really need you to do is, I really need you to dig within yourself, to be on some kumbaya stuff, to work on your inner child, to parent your inner child, get closer with your child's uh, mother, with your son. Just surround yourself around good people and really just reflect on it and work on things. And just a suggestion, because I know Joe Budden did talk about you need to stop dating people that are younger. You do. I really feel like, you talk about you want to be in love, but then I don't really see what you're doing that is really manifesting that. You're still doing the same thing. You're still going to clubs, you're still going to strip clubs, you're still surrounding yourself around people that, are either single. Like, if you want to have that, you got to put yourself in those environments. Like, that's why I said you need to work on your inner child. And I really feel like with Drake, I honestly feel, and I know I keep saying I feel because I'm being conscious of it, but honestly, this is like the life coach in me. I honestly feel as if he really is empty. I feel like he has everything, but he's still missing something. And I think what will fulfill him is him doing inner child work, and him actually dating someone that is older, either older than him or the same age as him, and they need to be some kind of executive or something. He needs to be with someone that isn't like, they have their own bag. He can't control them with money. And they have a purpose, they're ambitious, they're driven, because that's going to drive him and make him passionate. And you'll get greater music. Not to say that he didn't, who's to say? Maybe he has, and they weren't like celebrities or whatever. But I really feel like that's the type of woman. But I also think he needs to really look within his sexuality, because I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't think that he's bisexual. And if he's not bisexual, he's definitely metrosexual. But it is what it is. But overall, let's get into the production. Like I said earlier, it's nothing really special. I don't see how he put I'm pretty sure it was a lot of money, but I don't think so. I think he could have done it for himself. Let's talk about the album art. It's cute. He said his son did it. I would give a 10 out of 10, not because it's just his son. It is what it is. It goes with the vibes. Let's talk about the rating of the album. I would give it a 9 out of 10, and that's not me being biased. Only because he does have 23 songs. I do like a lot of them, but at the same time, I like the beats. I love when he sings. I love the fact that he gave a singing album primarily. Um, it's cool. If it flowed overall. Like I said, I wish he would have just did 15 songs, 15 strong songs, left the rest off. I honestly would have trashed the rest, especially the ones that I was skipping, I was talking about earlier, trashed them because they just sounded like filler songs. Um, and I think that's it pretty much. But yeah, if you guys like this, please comment below. Let me know what works, what didn't work. Did you like Drake album? Was it what you expected? Do you agree with Joe Budden? Do you agree with the critics? Do you agree what I said about him talking to, like black and brown bloggers and artists and YouTubers and streamers? Do you agree with that? Like, in all levels, not just like the top high following things. Like, what do you think? But anyways, I'll see you guys next time, and thank you so much for tuning in and listening to me. And I hope you guys like it. Give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.